Hello, friends. How you doing? It's me, Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. Happy to see you here today. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Recap. And thank you all so much. Those of you who are already here are reading through the comments. You know, our topic this week was pretty esoteric, and I'm like, are people going to get it to the point that they can compose questions about this and find this meaningful in their lives? And clearly y'all do. And that's why I love this community, because we really do sort of speak the same language. So, for those of you who don't know, the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter, well, it's a weekly newsletter, comes into your inbox every Wednesday. You can subscribe by going to my website, christianagaudet.com. The link to subscribe is right in the description. You can read the newsletter there. You can read past issues as well. So each week we do a different topic, comes out on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, I come on here live and we do some discussion and readings about the topic. So the topic this week is the temple within. Told you, it's esoteric. The idea that, when we talk about a temple, the dictionary definition of a temple is like a place of worship. And we in the magical community, the divination community, we don't typically have a temple that we go to do magic or to do divination. We create sacred space. Wherever we are, wherever we're going to do the magic, wherever we're going to do the divination, we create sacred space. But what the newsletter is about is the sacred space that we create within. That, magic, meditation, all of that is based very much, divination too, based very much on imagination, seated in the third eye. That if we can breathe and go within, we can find a place of refuge, a place of healing, a place of magic, a place where we can commune with those who have passed on, with our angels, with our spirit guides. And the interesting thing is, when we do these kinds of exercises, we will see and discover and experience things that we did not create with our imagination. Our imagination takes us there, but then we are definitely in a place where we are working with spirit, and spirit shows us what we need to see. So that's what the newsletter is all about. And I want to say thank you to Mediha, who actually did the spread. Every week I include a tarot exercise or a spread. And Medea did the spread and found it interesting and insightful, though stumbled on the last card, which was the Five of Swords. So this is such a classic example of what do you do when a card comes up that doesn't feel like a great fit. How do you interpret it? So the final card, what can I bring back to my daily life from the journey into the inner temple? Five of Swords. I'll tell you my interpretation right now. What you bring back with the Five of Swords is the clear knowledge of what to fight for in your life and how to fight for it. What battles are worth fighting? What battles are worth walking, are not worth it? Walk away, right? And when it's time to fight, how to fight to win. So your inner temple, your journey to your inner temple will give you the power of discernment, the power of making appropriate choices for where your values are and what you're going to fight for, and the knowledge and the ability to fight and win. That's how I'd interpret the Five of Swords in that position. Obviously, you can see, for those of you who didn't get to the newsletter but want to do the spread, card one, what I need to, why I need to build or visit my inner temple right now. Card two, what I can do to facilitate that journey. Card three, what I need to do in my inner temple. Card four, what I can bring back to my daily life from this journey. So that's fun. All right, so today we are going to do any readings about your own magical journey, your own inner temple, your own sacred space, your own divination practice, any of that. And I see lots of questions here. before we get going with the questions, I do want to say thank you to everyone for being here. And I want to say a special thank you to the members and the moderators. Really appreciate that. And Nalini says, regarding, what I said about the experience of being in that temple, Nalini says, so true. I was practicing meditation more last year and had a conversation with my uncle who passed away 13 years prior. I could have never imagined that conversation, and it was so real. Gave me closure. Right. You use your imagination to get there. But once you're there, what happens is something much more than your own creation, right? And so I want to remind everyone, we have a really interesting class tonight. It's open to everyone. Bring your friends. The link is already up. Tarot, trauma, and spiritual bypassing. We are going to have a frank conversation. Bring your tarot cards. We're going to do some tarot exercises. We are going to really talk about how we use tarot to identify and heal trauma, how we are all susceptible to spiritual bypassing and other damaging spiritual practices. We're going to talk about all that tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you're here, hit that bell. All right. Now I'm going to go back to the beginning. And as you can see, is it like a cheat or a wuss out when I decide to just use Old Faithful here? I'll tell you, there are times, like I spend a little time like, what deck do I want to use for this live stream? Now that I've got CardCam back, it's exciting to me. What deck am I going to share with you? And, arguably, the Smith-Waite Tarot is, the most rote of choices. And yet sometimes it is so comforting. It is just like coming home. So there it is. All right. Smile Soul 20, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Teresa C., thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members-only emojis. The first request I see, the first question I see is from Mixuair. Michelle, it's so nice to see you. How can I cultivate my inner temple? I'm not a meditator and I don't love regular practices. I love that you can say all of that. That is so good because truth for all of us. We can all have access to this place of strength, even if you're not a meditator, even if you're not someone with a regular discipline or a regular practice. And, I think that there is this idea, right, that people who meditate in a traditional fashion or people who have specific disciplines or practices are better at all of this. And okay, I can see the argument, sure. But if you're not that person, it doesn't mean you're excluded, So I will pull cards on this, but I have to say that so often for people who are not meditators, what you need to do is find the moving meditation. It's dancing, it's drumming, it's walking, it's knitting or weaving, something repetitive, something with a rhythm. That's the thing that will take you there. And so don't think about meditation as a still and quiet practice. Think about it as a rhythmic practice. And what do you do that brings rhythm? What do you do that gets you into a place of rhythm? That's the place where you can go. Seriously. So let me pull cards on this. The other thing is writing. You might construct through writing. You might construct through speaking. But you are definitely not one who should construct by sitting still. And that's fine and good, and you're not alone. Pamela Lath, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Could I have a card to help me understand how to calm the chaos and get to my inner temple more easily? Yeah, and of course, the advice I would give just in general is breathe. Focus on the breath, which also is a rhythmic practice. Breathing is by its very nature rhythmic. So let's pull some cards on this. The thing is, Pamela, and I'm sure you're not alone in this, you feel like everything that is chaotic around you needs your attention, needs your fix, needs your eyes on it immediately. And there are a lot of people in situations that want that. They want your eyes on it. They want you to fix it. You are the fixer. And you're often comfortable in that role. And so what you have to do is say to yourself, okay, in this moment, time out. The chaos will still be here when I get back. I don't have to fix anything right now. I'm going to go over here and do this. And when you can learn to do this, for spiritual reasons, for your own relaxation, for your own enjoyment, you will be much more effective at managing the chaos when you need to, and much more effective at not letting it get next to you. Hey, Ask Zuri, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I know you're a member here on your other channel, Yatzuri Shop. Thank you so much for that. My question is, how can I strengthen my sacred practice this month with the tarot to create deeper clarity within my inner temple? Great question. Great question. I love it. All right. How can you, Zuri, do this? And, the answer is for you, and this is different than it is for a lot of people. It's getting out of the emotional mind. It's breathing and using the cards. Okay, so a couple things. Out of emotions and into breathing, number one. Number two, using the cards based on their associations. Think about the numbers, think about the elements, think about the astrology. You're a very learned person in this way, and so you like all of that stuff. That's not to say you're not intuitive. You are that as well. But using those learned pieces, those associations, looking them up if you don't know them, and letting that be your gateway into contemplation. All right, Nalini, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. How can I get guidance from my inner being and feel a deeper connection to my temple within? It's been part of my stuckness. I stopped trusting myself and hoping for inspiration to act, but not feeling it. And thanks for using members only emojis, Nalini. I hear you. Okay, how can you feel that deeper connection? Part of it is in repetition. You keep trying, you keep asking, you keep breathing, you keep doing, you keep setting up the space and setting up the practices, and don't be frustrated. If you try 10 times and doesn't get you where you want, then try 11, try 12. That's part of it, the patience and repetition. Part of it too is you sort of have an inner narrative that makes you bad, that makes your decisions bad, that makes the things that have happened bad. And I think changing that narrative would be really helpful. What if every single thing that has happened, the good things, the unfortunate things, the things you regret, everything, what if everything that has happened to bring you to exactly where you are now, to bring you to exactly where you're going, and in the end, you'll look back and say it's all good. Even though it's difficult right now, in the end, you'll look back and say it's all good. And if you can think about it that way, I think that'll help. Betty Flesher, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. Thanks for reading the newsletter. I'm trying to do a lot of things you mentioned in the newsletter. How am I coming along with my internal temple? I love that. So good, so good. Oh, Betty, I think actually this was a good practice for you at the right time. It's so funny. Like when I choose my topic for the newsletter, sometimes it chooses me in the course of the week. It's a reading I do, a person I talk to. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But sometimes I have to just sort of focus and say, okay, what do people need to hear right now? And I think you specifically, Betty, were really a person, you were ready for this practice. And I think it's helping you. I think you're doing a great job with it. And it's really going to enhance your experience of your life and your readings. Okay, so Mediha, I went back and I did the Five of Swords for you. And thank you for being here, and thanks for being a member, and thanks for bringing that up. But let me do the reading that you asked me to do as well, beyond the reading that you did. What do you, in this practice, bring to your daily life? And it goes right along with that Five of Swords. Patience, ability to heal, that discernment, when to wait, when to act. That this card confirms the other card, really. Hey, Von Ray, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. What more can I do to keep building the temple within me? That's beautiful. I love that. All right. Here we go, Von Ray. Ooh. Recognize that it is a temple of healing, that it is a refuge for healing and an inspiration for creativity, and that your healing and your personal traumas are in many ways the inspiration and the instigation of your creativity, your spiritual energy, and your transformation. It's big, it's heavy, it's hard, but it's good. All right, Leslie Jones, so nice to see you. What do I need to work on my inner temple? Let's take a look. For you, it really is about healing. It's about moving on from the past and being able to visualize and create a future that you really want. And that's hard for you right now. So it's really part of your entire healing journey. Lydia, so nice to see you. How can I make my relationship with my inner self stronger? What a great question. By attending to it every day. Buy yourself presents. Do the spiritual work. Just do the work of self-care. Be careful about negative self-talk. Repeat it every day. Do the work, do the work, do the work. Ben, Libra Does Tarot, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. Would like some guidance on how I can strengthen my connection with spirit. Did some candle magic yesterday. Go you. That's fabulous. To clear out old energies and feel ready to receive. I love that. I love that. How can you strengthen your connection with spirit? By not being afraid of your vast power. I'm serious. You're called to all this work and you do this work and you do it well. But, you are just scratching the surface on what you really have. And I think you know it. I think you've got some ancestral power, some power from past lives. You were born with a lot of juice, and I think it scares you. You have to stop being afraid of all your juice. I'm serious. That sounds funny, but I'm deadly serious. All right. Clumsy Clairvoyance, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member, and thank you for being a moderator. How can I start to build my inner temple within? What a great question. Here we go. I really think for you, it is emotion and imagination. To breathe, to picture it, to go to that place. If you could have the perfect place within which to do magic, if you could have the perfect place within which to heal, if you could have the perfect place within which to divine, what would it look like? Build it, create it, go there, and then see what happens. Hey, Gina Rutledge, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Aria Wilson, so nice to see you. Oh, smart question. How can I build my own temple so I don't depend on other people for validation and support? Wow, love that. Love that, love that, love that. Man, so much of it is about healing from the past because you were set up to believe that you are not enough. And so recognizing that you are constructing first is a place of healing, a place where you can be fully you, a place where you can fully understand who you are. You might want to do some journaling along with that, to be honest. Hey, Jelly Roll, Claire, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. You still traveling? Hello, world's best tarot reader. Thank you. How can I communicate with my angels from my inner temple? I love this. I love this. And specifically when we talk about angels, I want to talk about loved ones in spirit, specifically male. I don't know if that's brother, father, grandfather, uncle, some combination thereof. And the answer is make that place, like where would you most like to meet them? It could be a bar, it could be a rock in the middle of the desert, it could be anything. Where would you most like to meet them? Go there, and there they will be. Seriously. All right. Arlette, so nice to see you. I want to dive deeper into magic and such. Where can I start? And how can this help me connect more with my inner temple? Well, I think being here is a great place to start because we do, a lot of stuff that is instructive. If you don't, I know we were talking about you getting a tarot deck. That's a good choice, get a tarot deck. Be here, get a tarot deck. And, the natural practices and exercises that you will do will get you there. I promise. And also, you have a really good brain. You're a good writer. You're a good photographer. Use the skills that you have. Like you might want to make photography be part of this. You might want to make writing be part of this. You might want to make, study be part of this because you really have that good brain. Hey, Judy Mnuchin, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. How can I develop my third eye intuition? Good. Also, I think my grandmother's father, great-grandfather, has been helping me with the upcoming theater event. Oh, I love that. Is this real? Okay, so let's start with that. Is your great-grandfather on your grandmother's side helping you with your theater event? Oh, heck yes. 100% yes. Yes. So ask him if you have a picture of him. Make an altar for him. Really bring him in because he is helping 100%. Okay. And to develop that third eye, a lot of it, like anointing the third eye with oil is really helpful. Lying down with a crystal on the third eye is really helpful. Let's see what the cards say. The thing is, you've got so many moving parts in your life and so much you're doing, you don't have a lot of time for stillness. So even taking 5 minutes with oils and crystals on the forehead will really help, I promise. All right. Jeannie, I would definitely trust that and trust, I would definitely. And Gina and Ben are like, no, not at all. We all have our comfort deck. Good. Okay, Jenny, I want to borrow Aria Wilson's question, ask the same thing. So I have a bad memory. What'd she say? How can I build my own temple so that I don't depend on other people for validation and support? And, to be clear, we all need to have support from others, but we should not need others to validate us. We should not need others to know that we're good and we're fine and we're right and we're enough. I mean, validation's always good, but, we should be able to validate ourselves, right? It's a thing. Okay, so Jenny, good question. Here we go, Jenny. Ooh, it's a childhood thing for you too, and you carry a lot. You have a lot of trauma and hurt and upset that you just drag along with you. I think your temple needs to be like a waterfall that you bathe in or, something like that you can just release so much of what you carry. I think that would really help. Pamela's Insight, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a moderator. What does my inner temple need right now? I just set up my new camping hammock in my backyard, so I'm enjoying some nature, and that's good for my inner peace. I love it. So what does your inner temple need right now? Your inner temple should have access to water and shade and restful space. Okay, Clumsy Clairvoyance, # don't fear the juice. Seriously. And I think that's not just Ben. I think a lot of us fear the juice. Seriously. Okay. Ooh. Maya Turner, thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. How can I use my horses and dogs to aid me in my inner temple? They love helping. So I would say like in two ways. One would be in visualization, having them there, but then also when spending time with them, because they're very psychic and they can be on that journey. So I think as you construct your temple, it needs to have spaces for them and things that they like as well. What else can we see about that? Yeah, just make sure that in the temple that you construct, there's things that they like too. And, maybe when you're just hanging out with them, that's a time you can do this work. Oh, Peggy Lou, you did the reading. Okay, let's bring this on back. Okay, Peggy Lou, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here today. Okay, so why do I need to build or visit my inner temple right now? King of Cups, because you need to feel strong and loved. You need to be in your greatest power. 2, what can I do to facilitate that journey? 10 of Swords. Recognize that this is your path to healing, that this is the way you heal. This is where your power is. What do I need to do in my inner temple? 3 of Swords. Heal, physically, mentally, emotionally. What can I bring back to my daily life from this journey? Justice, the knowledge that you deserve to be treated well and fairly, and the power to make that happen. Bang. Oh, Ben, you did it too. The Chariot, the Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, the Devil reversed goes right along. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Okay. Baby cakes. How should I work on my inner temple and what does it need? I love this. Okay. Okay, you're also one where it should have water. And it needs to be something that feels safe and comfortable. Where do you feel safe and comfortable? That's what you have to think about. And B, when you're doing it, be in a place where you're safe and comfortable, but also what you build within you must feel safe and comfortable. Okay, so Pamela, you got all the pieces. There you go. Okay, Jelly Roll, you're back in Southwest Florida, staying with your daughter while you wait for power and internet. Got it. So glad your house stayed safe. Glad you stayed safe. Glad your daughter's okay. That was a rough one. And glad you're home. Clumsy clairvoyance. It sounds slightly naughty, so it makes it more fun. I hear you. Right. All right. From my perspective, I've answered every question here. If I accidentally missed you, I'm so sorry. Please reiterate. If you have not yet requested, please do. Now's the time. I want to remind all of you to join us tonight for tarot, trauma, and spiritual bypassing, which does not sound like a fun time at all, but I promise you it will be. We're going to discuss some really interesting concepts. We're going to do some really great exercises. I promise it will be fun. It's not as hard as it sounds. So please do join us. Okay. Maya, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I love the idea for making space for them in the temple. It's easy for them to help when we're in person. Perfect. Hey, Allie Mammon, nice to see you. How do I access my inner temple and what does it need to either bloom or heal if there's a problem? I love it. I love it. Okay. Honestly, you should be in nature and your inner temple should be very filled with nature. It has to be all about nature. And you use the word bloom. I think there should be flowers there, seriously. So literally to be in the natural world and to build, to imagine your temple being in nature. I'm seeing like moss-covered rocks and plants and all of that. I think that would really work for you. And who is the lady in white I always see? Peggy Lou. Let's take a look. I really believe that it is deity. It is goddess. And it is goddess there to help you with healing. For sure. For sure. Okay, so Gina, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. Let's just do a reading on your inner space and what you need to do for your own inner healing and growth. And you in your inner temple should be both water and fire. And you are a very creative person. The more that you can nurture your creativity, and here's the thing, you're an intelligent person too. So you need like a combination of intellect and creativity in your daily practices and to create your space for magic and divination and healing. So there's all that. All right, my friends, I really hope to see you this evening. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thanks to all the members. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks to the moderators. See you tonight, 7 p.m. Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. If you haven't subscribed here on YouTube, please do. Please like this video. I appreciate all of you so much. Take care.